Reading through a lot of the comments from my previous video on meta, a lot of you guys stated meta was a problem because there is no current ranked mode in Unbound. Honestly, a pretty valid point, and that got me thinking, how would a ranked mode work? What would be done with the current hidden stats on players, and would those be used to give rank, or would everyone have to start at rank number 1? In this video, I created a bit of an idea on how I would like ranked to work. Before we get into the video, however, remember that I do stream almost every single day on Twitch, so make sure to go ahead and drop a follow on that. Make sure to go ahead and join the Discord to join the family. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe, and let's get into it. The best system that I could come up with that isn't super advanced is having a few tiers to separate players who either have a certain amount of points or can maintain a certain level of win-loss ratio. For example, if a player has a 99% win rate, then they would be at the top level in ranked. But the second they go on a losing streak and it drops down to 89%, they would get moved to the tier under. I think this would be a great way for rank to work, but the point system might be superior due to it having more going into it. For the point system, we could have players compete and try and get a max score of 10,000. Remember, these are just example numbers, not to be taken too seriously. Of course, when a player reaches 10,000, they are the max rank in the ranked mode, and there will be different tiers depending on how many points players do have. The only way to level up your rank would be in ranked races. That way, only those who are the same rank or a rank above who have just gotten to that rank above would be the ones competing. Having casual matches count for ranked points could be a part of it, but I would suggest that the points you get are either very low, or we just keep casual and ranked play separate, like how it should be anyway. Of course, the points would be based on position. First place, second place, and third place would be the only ones receiving points for a ranked playlist. Obviously, first would get the most points, and it would trickle down from there, and every place after third would lose points, with the bottom person or 8th place losing the most. There is no opportunity for the top 3 places to lose points, only gain them. The point system would be calculated at the final podium and not each individual race. I thought about having it so that it would do that for each race, but positions in races swap so frequently that people would end up gaining points, then losing them, then gaining them right back again, and it keeps on going. Yes, this could provide a harder experience, but at the same time, it doesn't even make sense. Unbound could also go a few separate ways with deciding if ranks would reset at the end of a volume, or if they would just continue until the game's lifecycle ends. If it were up to me, I think that resetting rank every volume would be the best option because it would incentivize new players to gain rank, and also older players who previously had a high rank to grind for it again. The player base wouldn't fall off as hard, if at all, and there would always be something to do as well. With the point system, there is a constant battle of position as well, because there will be a certain amount of people that can be in each tier with the amount of people declining the higher you go. Think about it like the crew summit system. There are different ranks for racers to climb, but you have to constantly be grinding or trying to get better scores so that you either move up in position or don't lose the position that you have. This would also keep people from just sitting at a rank once they achieved what they want and keeping others from gaining that spot. If a player sits too long on ranked, their spot would decrease continuously due to others playing more and gaining more points. Of course, there would have to be rewards that you can get for each rank you make, as well as the rewards you get for maintaining the rank you get at the end of a volume. The rank rewards you would get for achieving a rank could be XP tokens or car unlock tokens. It could also be a double money boost, or it could be a money prize. But the rewards you would receive after the season or the volume is over would be the real prizes. New cards that have never been seen before, not just different versions, would be the top level prize. There could also be something brand new that could be added into the game that could really get people to grind out rank. I'm not exactly sure what they could add, but it could be along the lines of like an exclusive garage for the top ranked players, or maybe a banner that says they were top 50 in the world or something like that. For the ranked events, I think it should be a group of events that are just not racing on the street. I wouldn't add drift or drag due to them not being traditional racing, and that wouldn't appeal to a majority of the community who would want to do ranked in the first place. I would, however, add rumble races and gauntlet races without the cops so that there would be variety. The ranked mode also won't be just a single tier playlist, but it will always be a mixed tier to encourage different car usage and having track knowledge across the board. The intent of ranked is to not be easy at all, but to really show who is competitive enough to make it to the top. There could be a ranked 1v1 mode and a ranked 4v4 mode that doesn't give as many points as a full free-for-all mode, but the point system for that would need to be different, and the points just based off of positions would need a rework as well. The solution, I think, for at least team-based rank is that whatever team wins would get a solid amount of points divided between the teammates, and the team that loses would lose points across the teammates. But then the question becomes, how does that work when the team split up and do individual races in ranked, right? That's something where a whole point system would need to be created. I was also thinking about boosted events and how they work in regular multiplayer, And I think having a double or nothing type of game mode in ranked could be fun as well. This game mode will be active maybe once every 2 weeks on a certain day for a certain amount of time, and when played, it gives the players a chance to win double ranked mode points, but if they lose, then it will take away double the amount of points. The playlist that these boosted ranked events would always be random and could be 3 separate tiers or 2 of the same tiers in 1 separate one. Also, the tracks could be any combination of 3 in the game and will also be randomized so that players can't predict what would be next. Perhaps after rank is established, drift and drag could have their own sections, kind of like how Warzone has its own ranked section and multiplayer has its own section in Call of Duty. Drift ranked would be based on the amount of base points you get from the start of a race to the end of the race when you cross the finish line, and drag could be the same as race to an extent with the positions that you finish in. However, if they were to do drift and drag, traffic does need to be taken out and the physics of driving and drag need to be reworked completely. Let's talk about the banned cars and tools, aka auxiliaries in ranked mode. In my personal opinion, racers should only be allowed one auxiliary, and it could either be grip nos, drift nos, near miss, or draft nos. Because micro drifting to farm burst nos is so powerful, ranked mode needs to stray away from casual where anything can go. In ranked, turns and movement need to be calculated to achieve the best results without everything working for racers. The car selection in ranked won't change too much, but the Regera and the Evija would need to be banned. The reason for that is because there is no other car that even remotely comes close to S+. However, for other tiers, I do think that cars like the R8 wouldn't need to be banned due to the fact other cars like the S5, the 959, F40, 4GT, and others do exist. This could be said for A+, S, and for B as well. But what do you guys think about a ranked mode in Unbound, and how would you want it to work? I think my ideas were pretty good, but definitely could be fine-tuned a little bit to make it work flawlessly. Let me know down in the comments how you all feel. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all in the next video.